What were you
It
saying?
does.
I'm
It
really
does level
interested.
up, and it scales within. But you just can't put an Ash 4 on it. It does cause frost buildup though, which is not good.
He's in the offhand?
You can. And you can do like little quick attacks with it. So if you had like a slow two-handed frost weapon,
You mean like
and you're doing a magic build,
Yeah, you mean like, isn't that literally Ronnie's weapon?
what's Ronnie's weapon?
The Moon Greatsword, whatever it's called?
I don't know if it does frost damage.
It does. Let me see.
I don't think so. If it does, it's pretty crazy.
Almost positive. Dark Moon Greatsword causes frost.
Wow.
Where's the Dark Moon?
The Dark Moon's what I got from completing Ronnie's class.
Moonlight was
You need to kill Moonlight Greatsword. Raise the sword aloft and lay the Dark Moon.
Yes.
Yes, it's Art of War. It's called Moonlight Greatsword. But yeah, that causes I upgraded the Briar Staff or whatever the fuck it's called to level 24, and it did 500 damage for its spammable spell. It probably does 100 damage to you.
for what the thorn spells?
Thorn spells are bad.
They're bad.
Yeah, they're very bad. They take a long time to cast. You can't charge them up or spam them.
What about with the one seal that makes cast fast?
You don't cast thorn spells on seals, they're sorceries. Oh, you mean with Radagon's sigil, right?
Yeah.
Icon? I was not wearing it, but I don't think because I use other spells to kill them off.
It's good for spamming, so if they have something that's spamming but not quite fast enough, that's where that talisman is very powerful.
Yeah, but every other school has things that are spamming but not quite fast enough.
Ugh, I hate these fucking undead things in here. They're so fucking ugly. Oh, I forgot to. Buy arrows.
You know what? They might cause physical damage.
They probably do.
Because that was against a knight. They were only doing 500. Against these wolves, they're doing 800.
Yeah, so on me they would shred my dick off.
They don't hit enemies in close range. You have to switch to the other power spell, which is bad. I just killed myself with it. They do a lot of damage. Like, more like 50 for their spammy stuff. It might be a PvP build, because I know that the Briars have crazy moments. Is there an arcane talisman?
No. just a helmet. Which is what I'm probably gonna use for my other build.
Silver tier mask?
Could be, yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, I also have Alberic's set, which strengthens
that do?
Thorn Sorcery. We made fun of this when we found it.
What's it look
Greatly
like?
increases arcane to the detriment of physical attack power. Interesting.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
So with that, I can try out Blood Flame spells, see if they're any good. Before I, you know, commit to respecting.
Yeah. Great shield, soldier ashes. What the fuck?
I think it's someone's 4 or 5 of them,
Three
too.
of these?
4, at least.
5 of these boys? 5. Wow.
Dude, I cannot figure out how to get to where I need to go in my gun there.
Gilmere.
Yeah, I fucking hate this place.
Climb the mountain.
Do I have to kill the falling star beast to progress?
Yes.
No, you can jump past it.
Is that the right way though?
Yes, right past that is Volcano Manor.
Oh, okay.
Are you trying to fight the Falling Star Beast on foot or mount?
I was trying on foot.
I think it's meant to be done on mount. I've fought 3 of them in the game, and
Yeah, I killed
2
one
you can
so
mount
far.
up for, and 1 you can't. And the one you couldn't, I had to outlevel significantly to have a chance.
Yeah, the one at the bottom of the cave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
one
th-
was tough. Jesus Christ.
If you didn't notice, there's a jump from that grace point, a mount jump, so you don't have to climb the ladder.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think Mike did.
What?
When you first fought the Morningstar Beast,
What about it?
you didn't realize that there was a jump, so you were climbing up the ladder again.
Oh.
There's also
Dude, I got this
America's,
pothead guy. Did you get this guy?
the from Saluvis,
Yeah.
the Jarrite ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used it once.
I think I want to. I think I want him, dude.
It looks creepy. I don't
He
want
looks
him.
cool.
I don't like him. I want just Alexander.
Yeah, me too.
The warrior jar.
Yeah.
The warrior.
Yeah, he's cool.
Damn, I need go find America's Source Seal. It's like Radagon, except for other stats.
Is it just better?
What do you mean?
America's Scourge
Holy
Seal?
shit, Bloodflame Talons is insane.
I bet.
What do you mean, America's Source Seal?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Radagon's Source Seal? It increases damage taken, but increases all
Yeah,
your...
that's what I use.
Yeah. Do you have the Source Seal? Or the Scar Seal?
Oh, the Scar Seal.
There's a Source Seal in, like, northeastern Caelid.
Yeah,
What's that
Rip
do?
is the dragon barrows in that.
Yeah, right? It's a castle in the eastern end of the Dragon Barrows. And it's +5 instead of +3.
That's the American one?
No, that's Radagon's Source Seal instead of Scar Seal. But there's America's version of that for, like, Int and Faith and Arcane. Bloodflame Talons is insane though. You can like chain cast it. It does 500 damage. It's like a melee attack. It does like 500 damage. And like a shit ton of blood loss.
Damn. That's sick.
But yeah, it's up to you.
No,
There you
homie. Hey, Casey, Tiny P says what? Pardon? Never mind. No. Casey wants to do battle.
You were just charging with a lance right there, Adam. You ducked it. The next pass, you ducked it back.
You got to try hard. Damn, this carry and Pierce's spell is fucking nasty. Never use this.
Yeah, I really think that Bloodflame is sleeper build.
This thing's not good.
This Bloodflame Slash, like I said, I mean, I can stream how it looks to cast it.
Sure. Stream it, bitch.
You won't.
You fucking won't.
It's so aggressive, guys. We're all theory crafting. So look,
Yeah. Yeah, put on the fast casting with that, John.
I'm
Let's see that.
Yeah,
You have it on?
yeah. And each of those does 500 and a big amount of and staggered. Let me see if I can find a mob real quick. I want to find the America's Scar Seal so I can try the other Blood Flame things before I commit to. Oh yeah, this guy right over here. He's asking for it.
Give him claws, dude. Give him claws. Oh my god, this guy's goring you.
This is the hardest dungeon in the game.
Really?
Yeah. and that was a clean rot night, and I was kind of mindlessly just spamming at him. So interesting.
Yeah, that looks fucking sick, actually. And imagine.
He didn't take damage from the last slice. He hemorrhaged.
Yeah.
Too.
Hmm. Wow.
So you saw I was doing like 500-600 damage, right?
And it's easy to get a quote at libertymutual.com. So you
did,
only
yeah.
pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu?
Quick of a
Limu?
cast,
Sorry, one sec.
like, and these guys are, have huge poise. They're,
boy.
Only pay for
clean
what
rock
you need.
nights. You guys fought in the fucking castle.
The Waffle Sizzly is
clean
back
Rock
at
Nights are
Wawa.
fucking
Start your day with any 2 Sizzlies for $5. Gotta have a Wawa.
What up? Another Elden Ring video here, and today what I'm gonna do is I'm going to test out
I have
if 99
at least- I have
dexterity or
two
if
other
more dexterity will allow you to cast
Bloodflame
your
spells.
spells
One is,
faster than say,
like
your
weapon
starting
enchant.
dexterity.
I bet something
I'm
very
using the
similar to
astrologer
Frank's
class.
build with
I've-
Bloodflame would be fucking
The
wild.
astrologer class. I've removed all the
Like if-
armor,
I mean,
and I'm using
literally,
just the
they wouldn't
astrologer
even
staff
cast spells
for
though. You
this
would just get
test.
Bloodflame
I think
Blade.
like the weight on
and
the
add
staff and
all
the
this
strength
extra
to make
bleed.
a difference in how fast you actually
Oh, that's
are able to
just
cast
like
a
an
spell.
enchant he
I'm
can
not
add?
100% sure on that,
Yeah.
not scientific, but I know like with some of the swords, like the stronger you are, you're able to wield them. Like,
It's
the
like a
higher the
faith
strength, and
buff
it
spell.
does seem like it helps with the speed. Maybe in connection with dexterity,
Miracle
like the
Sword.
two of them could play hand in hand. I'm gonna show off my attributes here.
Oh.
So I have, I think, 11 dexterity right now. So I have 11 dexterity and 99 intelligence. Just for the record, strength is 21. And then the vigor, mind, endurance, faith, arcane, all that. You can see the attributes right there on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast 2 different spells. First one will be the Pebble, and then I'll do the Rock Sling. I think
Those are
these are
bad
the 2, the Glintstone Pebble is probably the most used spell for a mage, with the astrologer class. And we're going to use the astrologer staff. So I just removed everything. We're going to cast the spells. Now, he has 2 different types of spell. He has like the backhand, and then he has like the forward hand. So I'm going to double tap it and just show you the 2 different spells. 1, 2. So obviously the backhand, this one, is going to be a little bit slower than that one, or at least it seems that way. Obviously I haven't done like a frame by frame, but you see he has to like cue it up. And this one is already there, just like boom. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drink a little bit of this, and then now we're gonna test.
Oh, here's what it does. It
I'm just gonna
causes
fire
a
off
delayed
until all my
dot
focus
that-
power, my FP is gone.
causes hemorrhage
I'm using
too.
a controller right now, so I'm not using a keyboard and mouse. And how we'll test this?
This
I will
knight
go
just
frame
drank a
by
potion.
frame.
That's not fair.
Alright, so there you see
What
that
causes
right
delayed
there.
what?
And then we're gonna go frame by frame here.
Um,
So
the
this is just 11
claws,
dexterity,
it causes a
21
dot
strength,
that causes
and then
bleed
99.
out.
The dot makes you take more bleed.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
You know that flip attack sword thing I was sending out a beam at you with?
The yellow beam?
No. I would take like a big sword out and do like the front flip and smash it on the ground, and then it would send a beam out in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That causes it's not blood flame because it doesn't cause bleed damage, but it causes like a dark fire dot. So that's definitely the heavy attack.
Now what we're gonna do is
flame.
fill this
Thorns build.
focus meter back up, and we're gonna do the rock sling right here. So this is my favorite, or probably not my favorite, but my most used spell. in
I mean,
Elden
the
Ring
real
for
question
mage
is
class.
how much does it scale with arcane?
See, this one he only has like the backhand. Okay, let me get one more. And that was just pumping them out, and then we'll see how many frames it takes to cast it. I'll probably like start here and then stop there. As soon as the rocks like move forward is when I'll stop it, because they're all.
checking how many frames it takes to cast spells, depending on how much dexterity you have.
Now, let me go to a site of grace, and I'm gonna bump up my.
I mean,
Why was I
Frank,
suddenly
bump up
heavy?
my
The fuck?
dexterity to 99.
What's up, Joe?
BRB.
yeah,
All right.
Frank may want to
Show
go
the stats off.
for this blood flame build then, actually.
Yeah.
So as you can see right now, we have 99 dexterity. Everything else is the same in this instance. You know,
Because I know it does
vigor,
have an
mind,
impact. I'm not
endurance,
sure how high
strength,
I'm
dexterity.
trying. I'm
intelligence,
reading
faith,
some
mechanics,
fucking
all the
nutbags
same.
interpretation
What
of
we'll
it right
do is
now.
We'll switch. We're already on the Glintstone Pebble right now.
Because I have a,
we'll do the same
you know,
one.
like 20 something dex.
Yeah,
Like it's
definitely is faster to the eye. You just tell that's faster. Definitely faster.
decent. Oh my god, when I was running through here, it was
Now
too
just do a couple
frustrating to
solo
go all the
ones
way
here.
to this spot. And this is where America's Source Seal is. But there's 5 of those like 8-armed bitches, the weird female grafted.
So the question is going to be, at what point of dexterity does it start to speed up? So let me do the Glintstone Pebble. Now, this has been 99, so what I'll do is I'll lower it down to 50. I put it on Rock Sling, and just going to show the stats off. So now we have 50 dexterity and 99
Frank can also get
intelligence.
the Frenzy
Let's see how
Flame
fast
seal,
that he can
which does scale off dex.
get this spell off with the Glintstone
The
Pebble.
fuck is that?
That's my seal. It boosts Frenzied Flame spell. It also scales off Int. It scales off Strength, Dex, and Int to C, and Faith to B.
It does seem a little bit faster. I don't know if it's as fast as 99. But it doesn't seem much. Slower, to be honest. And so now we'll do the Rock Sling.
And it causes Slight Madness buildup.
That one may be a tad
So I
slower.
could
This is
hit
just
you
to the naked
with,
eye. This is not even looking at a comparison.
With
This
one
is
of the
me
Brute
just doing it,
spells or one of the Blood
side-
Flame spells
not
build
even
up
looking at it
madness.
side by side. He's looking at it in real time. All right, so now we have 99 strength, 99 dexterity here. Let me just show the stats off so you guys can see. 99 strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Now, if we look over, let me see. So I don't think it's going to make a difference with the strength, but we're going to try it right here with the Glintstone Pebble. I don't know. Maybe it does seem like it's a little bit faster with a higher strength. You tell me what you think. I mean, maybe the same. I don't know. Maybe a little bit faster. Try the Rock Sling. I'm just going to fire these off and then I'll do it one by one. That one definitely still seems slower. I don't know if dexterity is making a difference in this one. I can't
That
tell
just
to the
one
naked
shot
eye.
me.
Of course, when we jump into frame by frame, we'll get a better look at it. Let's go ahead and do a couple of slow motion, or not slow motion ones, but we'll do like the Glintstone Pebble. That one is definitely faster. I don't know if the strength is aiding in it though or not. I mean, I'm saying it's definitely faster than like the low, like 11 dexterity what I started with. This one is still the same. But definitely this like spell right here is definitely much faster. So as you can see here, in conclusion, I don't think it's really worth putting,
The real question
you know,
is,
for
to what level
mages,
this blood flame
putting
shit scales
much
with arcane?
into dexterity because you're only gaining a few frames at
Because you can
99
go a fucking
dexterity versus 11
insane,
dexterity with the
like, blood
glintstone pebble,
flame,
which is probably the fastest spell
like
you could
dex
cast,
arcane,
you know, in the
faith.
game.
Oh,
I mean, you're only
Yeah.
gaining about 10 frames per second. Now, maybe like in PvP that will help, but let's be honest, like the glintstone pebble, if you're in PvP and that's what you're using, you're probably gonna,
use
you know, probably
Marika's
not
source
gonna win the
seals
battle.
to
Let's be
hit
honest with her
both
because
the faith
it doesn't really do
requirements to
that much
cast the
damage.
spells
You know, it's just a spell. I
and
mean,
to
when you're
buff up your
playing,
arcane
you know,
further.
like the campaign or whatnot with Elden Ring, you're playing the story, and you know, early game against the
Or
minions,
just
yeah,
wear
it
this
can,
dumb hat
you know, even mid game,
and get 8
you know,
arcane.
once you level your character up, yeah, it can be a really good spell to cast, and like maybe those few seconds, or you know, those few frames per second do matter. Back with another Elden Ring video here. Another little tip video to increase your intelligence. Item that I'm going to show you is going to actually increase 4 of your attributes by 3. It's going to increase mind plus 3, intelligence, faith, and arcane all plus 3. Matter, but overall, I wouldn't put too much into dexterity with the mage, at least in terms of speed and casting the spells. You
All right.
know, for those.
So you ready? This is the one of the fastest spells in the game. Glintstone Pebble. This is redneck.
Oh, you don't have that?
Glintstone Pebble. I have it. I'm gonna read you this analysis real quick.
Oh, you're talking about the dex scaling.
This is dex scaling. This redneck didn't really analyze it this well, but he did put up all this evidence. So normal speed. Okay, so 11 dexterity. The spell takes 62 frames to cast.
Okay.
For instance.
How many frames in a
With
second?
I guess 60. I don't actually know that. I actually don't know that. That might not be right. But anyway, just to give you an idea, like
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
percentages.
yes.
With a 99 dex, it drops down to 49 frames. With a 50
With
dex,
99?
yes. With a 50
So,
dex, 54 frames.
Okay.
So what can you
So
make
it's
of
what,
that?
like a 15% increase, maybe?
If you were what to get it to like 50?
50. Yeah.
50. So you're basically saying you would go to 54 frames from 62.
Mike, by the way, you can get this Radagon's icon for the spell casting time. It's right in the university.
The spellcasting one, I have that one.
Oh, you do?
You
You're
know,
keeping that your little secret, huh?
yeah. I actually haven't been using it for PvP yet, but I really should.
I mean, even PvE,
I started
it's
unequipping my bow
strong.
and trying to put on more armor. I'm gonna change my build, right? I'm not gonna do the light thing anymore. I don't really care. I'm gonna go more wizardy. Just try to get a little more tanky. Probably use Moonveil. Yeah, the dex thing is interesting to consider, though.
I gotta see how effective this spell is, because Blood Moon seems pretty cool.
Blood Moon? So
Blood Moon. It's the other blood magic spell I have.
oh yeah.
There, if you want to see it. What are you doing? Oh, you fucking skeletons! You'll get tested then.
Oh, is that move?
Yeah, it seems like the dot does better damage.
Try summoning that and quickly hitting them with the talons while it's still in the air. And what you're gonna want to do when PvPing is you'll probably create a build of like 4 or 5 spells that you really like. So you know, it's almost like a Dota character. Like you may be able to cast like a million spells, but realistically in a fight, you want to be able
Yeah, there's
to do a combo.
realistically in a PvE fight, there's fucking 3 spells you're gonna cast.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how you want to set it up in your spell book too. You want to like have your setup next to your catch or whatever where you hit him. You just crash?
No, I'm looking. Um, there's a third blood magic spell somewhere.
Oh no shit. Alright, I was supposed to get this one thing in Caria Manor. That's what I was fucked up. Just this one secret sword. Ugh.
But by the way, with this amount of arcane, I can cast every single one of the dragon spells too.
How much arcane do you have? You're just getting it from like talismans in that helmet?
Just from talismans, I had a 7 arcane before. Just from talismans in this hat, I now have a 20 arcane.
Okay. Well then maybe I could run my dragon build. Yeah.
Honestly, you just have to get, well, I mean, it's also endgame content to get that talisman.
For sure.
But the Marika's talisman would probably put you over the point with faith, where you'd maybe have to put 2 or 3 points in faith.
I want to try this boss. I was watching this video of this guy play, and I noticed that he has his mana flask key bound to like where we would normally put like our horse whistle.
The pouch, yeah.
So he does, yeah. He pouched his mana flask, and then he leaves his healing flask on his other button. Which I thought was actually a really good idea. I was like, oh, you know what? It's way better than ever having to cycle through them because it wastes so much time.
I waste too much time cycling. Yeah, I keep out.
So I just took my horse mount. I just switched my horse mount, which is my bag down, which I can actually hit in combat like okay for whatever reason. I feel like it's kind of easy.
Yeah,
to hit
I have
that.
horse's bag down. Well,
So I just put that on as my potion. I switched my horse bag up, which I know is gonna be a bitch for me to get used to for a while, but I know how accessible that key is, so that's probably gonna, in the long term, I think it's gonna be better for a potion. But
yeah. I think health potion could go on there too.
yeah,
I mean, although having health potion on X does kind of make sense.
it does. Yeah, they're so
Because
different.
unless you're a throw dagger build, there's nothing else you would put on your axe.
Yep.
But now I just have a bunch of bullshit on my axe because everything I need to do is just on the Y button.
Yeah. Who wants to smoke Oleg? What? Through a boss door. Oh, what? It's me. Ah! It's my mimics here!
Should be an easy fight then.
You actually pick me. No. My Oleg is raping today. Oh. Why was I not using the skin slicer attack? It's so strong. Skin is so retarded. Oh, this is where I get the tier mask I wanted. That build. Yep. It's awesome.
Bloodblade? Is that the last one? swarm of flies.
Jonathan, did you do the Great Jar's adversaries?
No. They won't summon for me.
What?
The massive jar in Caleb?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no summoning signs for me anytime I've gone there.
Were you looking in the right spot?
Yes.
Did you talk to him?
I talked to him when he won't talk to me anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. Once you talk to him and he says ... you turn around and they're on the ground.
Yeah, they are not on the ground for me.
Interesting.
I know. I'm very frustrated about that, by the way.
Yeah, I want the equip load.
Wait, you can get... Is that where you get the Arsenal Talisman +1?
No. Hold on. It just gives you, it's the Jar Talisman? Great Pot Talisman? Basically just increases your carry capacity.
Yeah, there's also the Arsenal Talisman, which does that. And the Earth Tree Talisman.
Oh, I have Arsenal. Regular Arsenal. I don't have Arsenal +1. I forget where I got it though. And I have Earth Trees. I'm using both of them actually. That's my 2 talismans right now.
Swollen eyes. So I guess the thorns do bleed damage.
What deals bleed?
The thorn spells.
That's kind of fucked up.
Just got an art of war called Blood Tax. I got a swarm of flies.
Get back. Was that the one you were trying to get?
The art of war? No. The spell. Yes.
Yeah, that spell sounds sick.
I mean, swarm of flies. That's cool, right?
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
There's one other blood spell, but it doesn't seem that good.
Yeah, bleed builds. Sounds so nasty. I guess you can incorporate that into a dragon build or a beast magic build. Maybe they're all too different. I want to touch.
Like, you definitely can incorporate it into a dragon build.
I feel like with the right weapon. I think like a bleed dragon build, it's Sounds kind of fucked up.
I mean, it seems like the swarm of flies. I'm not sure how good it is for. It's definitely not good for clearing out normal mobs because it just seems like it causes a hemorrhage. It doesn't do any damage, really, in its own right. Maybe 100 damage, but every time I cast it, it causes someone to hemorrhage.
What do you mean hemorrhage? Just like pop the blood effects?
To pop from blood, yeah. The thing is with Beast is that it scales with strength. So if you're a strength-based faith build, then it gives you a ranged option that scales super hard.
Are all beast spells ranged?
No. I think there are 3 Beast spells that are worth anything. One's like a quick little interrupt thing where you fling rocks at people. One's you fling a big boulder.
What's
and
the
one's
school
you...
where the little zap lightning from the sky comes out? Like, real quick. Spam.
Oh, that's Dragon Incantation. The Cult of the Dragon.
What's that called?
Dragon Cult.
No, what's the...
That's Hone Blade,
Hone
Hone
Bolt.
Lightning. Hone Bolt, yeah.
Yeah, that move is sick. I feel like doing a build with spells like that, combined with some of the beast spells might be cool, too.
I mean, honestly, if you're going... the problem is that you're a little limited by, like, seal choice. The beast spells wouldn't help. Like, you could go a full dragon incantation build where you're using, like, the lightning spells. There are 10 of them.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't really want to do a dragon lightning build. I want to use, like, the dragon spells, like the summon dragons.
Yeah, you could do both that and the lightning.
Yeah. They're just like, why not? They have the same
The
stat
dragon seal scale, the lightning seal scales off strength. The dragon seal scales off of arcane. And at the end of the day, if you're going a heavy faith build, the Erd Tree scales just super hard off faith.
Did you just get enough arcane to be able to cast it? Is there a point of going more arcane?
I don't think so, unless you're going for the...
Would it also scale off the faith?
Well, here's the thing. I think beyond just like scale, or arcane scales up like status effect. Like it makes them do more status effect. So a lot of the dragon spells are about doing a status effect more than they are about doing direct damage, you know?
Yeah, true. So it would be good to have weapons that deal shit too to back up your
The problem with that, as well as the problem with going for the Blood Flame build, which would be, you know, have a decent enough arcane that you're hemorrhaging constantly with spells, is you would want a weapon that scales with arcane and all of those above. Swarm of Flies is single target.
Well, I
It's
guess
not-
you're better off just taking some sort of normal weapon that you like, and then just changing the
making a new blood.
yeah, just
Yeah.
adding a blood art to it or something.
For the Blood Flame build.
But
though,
then
I
you'd
feel
need
like-
what, a holy weapon or something?
For what?
Like, what would your weapons be? Ideally.
Your weapon would just be something that causes bleeding.
Something that does. What about poison?
Yeah, poison works. I'm not sure poison even scales off arcane. Yeah, I guess it would, but it doesn't get arcane as a scaling stat. Because I have a katana that causes poison. but it only scales off strength and dex. So maybe the poison effect scales up, but the weapon damage itself doesn't. I don't know, that's probably the problem with the coding, why it can't do, like, the arcane scale. On, like, on multiple cool weapons. Because arcane is probably, like, considered some file as the same thing as, like, int and fate, whereas arcane would only scale up the physical damage the weapon scales with arcane, but then also scales up the effect. I don't know. I don't know what fucking code here is they have to cause the bug, but...
Could it be that it's just intentional?
No, because it makes weapons absolutely useless.
Have you tried them? Have you tried
Yes,
blowing them up?
it's not just a graphical error.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I also think this blood build that I'm thinking of, I would have to the weapon that kind of accentuates it, you know?
That's what I was thinking, yeah, the weapon, especially for like my dragon build or a beast weapon, it would be so. It would really help if you wanted spells from like the other school. The other face schools.
The thing is with the blood build, it's just that I think that there's enough points in what their spells do that you need a good weapon art to build that place. So I don't know what the blood with Sacred Spear does, but Rivers and
You don't know what the weapon are.
I arcane. Along with Sacred Spear, it says arcane.
Yeah, like what if their weapon arts are
27%.
just so good that it doesn't matter?
See the rivers of it's just this cool X slash with blood. Like I said, it's that scale. Because bleed is over strong stats.
That's why I was like wondering. Oh, you fucking cunt! God damn it!
No, there's no way because it doesn't even scale with strength. That's the problem. It's not that it doesn't scale with arcane. It doesn't scale like the weapon scales with strength, dex, and arcane. It no longer scales with strength and dex. It's something with how they code it, because arcane would then affect fire damage versus blood, and it would affect the fire damage of so they do physical and fire. And they're zero phase.
Guarding my soul as you continue with. Ah, no. Oh. Leg. I need you, leg. Scotty Wolf.
Actually, here. Black Blade. Seems to.
Just happened to Oleg. Like, phase that.
Wait, this spell might actually be done.
What are you talking about?
Because in our duels, it was sending a blast at way ahead of me.
Which?
Black. Oh, no, I'm just on.
Yo, okay, it's not the one. Let's go look at that guy's giant plate there.
Do you have the recharge area?
You trying to kill the 3 guys? You can't see. Which one? Let's see. Yeah, the caster one's insane. I haven't tried there in a while.
I think that this Black Flame Blade scales with Arcane. Because when I was using it in PvP, it was doing 500 damage. Now that I'm using this stupid hat, and,
Take it off. Take the hat off.
you're right, that's the best. Maybe not, it's doing around 1,000. That time I only did 700. I'm only did 347.
Attacking the same kind of mob.
Yeah.
Enchanted shot? What is that? Insane. Look at my bow. Also found these new kinds of arrows. Spirit flame. Cause frost. Shit's crazy.
I believe Frostbite works the same way to Blood, where you fill up the meter and it causes a...
It does. It does, yeah. I wouldn't mind looking into a frost build as well. That's
I think
actually
Frostbite might be as overpowered as Blood, it's just...
It's harder
less.
to pull off. There's not as
available.
much, yeah, less available, and I think, let me double check this. Actually, I would like to test this if there's no way to definitively say. But do you know the frost lightning spells in Faith?
There's only one. Alright, yeah, this spell definitely scales off Arcane. There's no way that just my seal scaling off Arcane has done this much more damage. Going up that 8 Arcane made it do 200 more damage.
Does the weapon require arcane to use?
No, actually there would be 0 scaling off of... No, it's a spell. It's a spell. And the seal I'm casting with gets 0 scaling from Arcane.
Oh. Then the spell itself is just an arcane type of spell.
It has no requirements of Arcane the spell, because all the scaling goes... I don't know, because it was doing less than 1,000 damage, and now it's doing 1,100. No, never mind.
Everything you need to succeed in life is bound in who you are. The online programs at DeSales University shine a light on your true potential. Designed and tailored specifically for you, so you can nurture what's within. Discover what's inside you at DeSales University.
Different hitboxes.
In this Elden Ring video, I'm going to be showing you my Blood Dragon build, which is sort of a combination between the Blood Blade and the Dragon Priest build, and functions somewhere in the middle between the two. If you've been looking for a good arcane build, then this guide is for you. Note that I will be showing footage from the Liurnia of the Lakes, Raya Lucaria Academy, and the Software River areas of the game, so if you don't want to be spoiled on those, then you probably don't want to watch any further. The first thing you're going to need for this build is 2 curved swords, or really 2 weapons, any 2 weapons that you want. But faster weapons are better for this build because you're going to get bleed build up much quicker when you can strike faster. So I like the curved swords, and the warrior begins the game with them, which is why I chose them. And you're going to want to put the Ash of War Bloody Slash on either of them, and the way you do that is you get the Lost Ashes from the merchant in the southwest part of Weeping Peninsula, and then you go to the blacksmith and duplicate Bloody Slash so you can put one on either one. You then want to select the bleed affinity so that they each have bleeding, and this is going to make it so that when you attack with both weapons with L1, that you set the bleeding status effect. If you saw the Blood Blade build, you should be familiar with this already. The next thing you're going to want is the Dragon Communion seal that's found below the very start of the game there, that drops from the Banished Knight in the sort of Fringe Folk Heroes grave area. And the reason this is good for this build is that it uses Somber Stones. You're going to need all the smithing stones you got to upgrade both your blades. And it also boosts Dragon Communion incantations or Dragon incantations, which you're going to use for this build. The other thing that's really good about the Dragon Communion seal is that it scales with Arcane, and it does so excellently, meaning that the more Arcane you pump, the more your spells are going to deal in terms of damage. And it's also the stat needed to increase how fast blood buildup occurs with bleed. So that's why we want it for scimitars as well that have the bleed on them, so they set bleed more quickly. So you're not only going to be getting more damage out of your scimitars, you're not only going to be setting bleed more quickly by pumping Arcane, but you're also going to have more damage from your spells. In terms of armor, you can really use whatever you want here. You just want to use something that is basically kind of the heaviest you can use and still mid-roll. It's not going to be super heavy with this build because you don't have a ton of endurance, but it's going to be somewhere in that mid-roll range as long as you have decent protection. For talismans for this build, you're going to want the Blessed Dew Talisman, the Winged Sword Insignia, and Marika's Seal. The Blessed Dew Talisman is one of the best all-around talismans in the game, I feel like, and it's really good for this build because you're going to be using Bloody Slash, which is the weapon skill of the scimitar, and it takes health away when you use it. It consumes 60 HP per use, so that talisman is going to help replenish that little chip damage you take when using it. The Winged Sword Insignia increases your attack power for both weapons the more you attack. So the faster you attack and hit enemies, the more this is going to build up, and it gives you like a percentage of attack power each time you get to a certain threshold. I don't know exactly what the breakpoints are, but it seems to increase more and more the more hits you do, and it gets somewhere up to around like 20 or 22% from my testing. at max stacks, and then what happens is over time, if you don't hit anything, you start losing stacks of it. And so, like, it doesn't all go away at once, it just goes down little by little. So if you get back into combat quickly, which you're going to be trying to do because you're going to be trying to inflict bleed with this build, then you should be able to maintain it at least some stacks throughout the fight. And the last talisman we're going to use here is Marika's Seal. This is going to increase your mind, intelligence, faith, and arcane. Of the 4 of those stats, we need 3 of them, which is mind, faith, and arcane. This is an extremely stat-hungry build, meaning you need vigor, you need mind, you need endurance, you need faith, you need arcane, and even dexterity would benefit this build. So what this does is it alleviates some of that stat spread, allowing us to meet the requirements for things like faith and get that mind we need, which we need to get to 15, and I'll explain a bit later. So it's going to free up some attribute points this early in the game in order to get where you want to be faster. Probably later in the game, you're going to remove this because you'll have a lot more attribute points to play around with, because it increases the damage you take by about 5%. But that's not a huge amount, and for this point of the game, it does this really, really well.
Yeah.
The 2 spells we use for this build are Dragon Claw and Rotten Breath. Both of these are dragon incantations, and you're going to have to kill 2 dragons in order to get them. There's one at the beginning of the game, and then there's one in the arena, so you should be able to get them. But you're going to have to make your way all the way over to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion in Caelid in order to get Rotten Breath. You don't need to kill anything, you just need to ride over there in order to be able to exchange it for Rotten Breath, though you can get Dragon Claw much early on in the game. So what I really love about this build is it has so many different options of things it can do. It can go on the offensive with L1 and build up bleed very, very quickly on enemies that are susceptible to bleed and then absolutely devastate them like human-type enemies or, you know, living enemies like dogs, etc. Very, very good against those type of enemies. You also have Bloody Slash, which does absolutely incredible damage. The damage on that ability increases with the weapon upgrade and also the arcane stat. I can confirm that Arcane does increase Bloody Slash's damage for each point you spend, and it doesn't even matter what affinity you choose. So even if you're playing on a different build and you have Keen, you're still going to get points on Bloody Slash for Arcane, so it works best on Arcane builds, what this is. One of the things I really love about Bloody Slash is it only costs 6 FP, which is ridiculously cheap. And also, it ducks down when you swing. So a lot of times, even if you're like really close to enemies, they'll swing right over the top of your head, and you'll come up with a slash absolutely devastating them if you time it correctly. Besides your L1 attacks and Bloody Slash, you also have Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is there for very difficult enemies. What I really love about Dragon Claw is that it has like really, really good poise, like super armor, and it'll basically tank through just about anything. It's super expensive at 42 FP per, which is why we have exactly 84 FP, because you can cast it once, and then if you hit R1 again quickly, you'll do a second like swipe down faster than the first one. So that'll consume exactly 84 FP, so you can do this once before you need to drink a pot, you know, do that whole combo. It works really, really well against turtly enemies that have like big shields that you normally can't get through with your tiny scimitars or that block your breath attacks. So it's really, really good against those sort of enemies or big enemies you just want to take down really quickly. Like it'll drop a troll if you hit it with that combo, or like maybe a golem, it takes off tons and tons of damage. So you're not going to use it very often, but there are situations where it's absolutely devastating. And Rotten Breath is just absolutely broken with this build. Like, it's just absolutely broken in general, I feel like. This is something that you're going to lead boss fights with, or you can cast from horseback against large enemies out on the landscape. And the damage of it, like, doesn't deal a ton of damage. It'll clear big mobs of enemies, or big packs of mobs, rather. But it excels at absolutely dealing damage to bosses over time. Like, if you can get this off on a boss, like, right away, like Renala or any other boss, you're going to have such an easy time with that boss, because like, it'll clear half their health bar without any other attacks while you're doing the rest of your attacks. So you absolutely want to use this for difficult enemies. Maybe it's enemies you don't want to get close to because they just deal so much damage and you don't know how to approach them. Use this first, get that dot onto them, and then figure out your strategy. What's also great about it is it's not bleeding. So if like maybe an enemy is immune to bleeding, they're maybe not be immune to Scarlet Rot. Okay, so it's good in that sense as well.
Pretty cool.
Talking about the stats for this build, as I mentioned, it's extremely stat hungry. You have quite a substantial stat spread. You need 20 vigor in order to have health. This is important because you're going to need health to use Bloody Slash because it takes 60 HP per use. You're also going to need it for when you use Dragon Claw because you'll probably get hit through that attack and you want to live. And you're playing a melee build, so you will get hit. As I mentioned a minute ago, you need exactly 15 mind at least in order to get 84 FP. This will give you the double.
This is a cool one.
Still mid roll. It's not going to be super. Want it for. Does so excellently, meaning that the more arcane you pump, you're also going to have more damage from your ranges. Because you're going to be using Bloody Sword. Insignia increases points are, but it seems to increase more and more the more hits you do. Power each time you get to a certain threshold. I don't know exactly what the breakpoint. Try and go inflict bleed. Of the 4 of those stats, alleviates later in the game your affinity so that they each have bleeding.
Alright, let me check this out. Alright, so what spells you got?
Oh, okay. Here, I was about to show you. This is just all my the dragon lightning spells with the lightning seal. So lightning spear.
Very powerful.
This is the only dragon spell I can use without putting on that helmet for the arcane.
Yeah, this spell's fucking insane, bro.
Uses 3 slots though. Yeah, a lot of these. I think this spell just sucks.
Which one?
That's what I'm trying to use.
Death lightning?
It causes death, but it doesn't do particularly good damage. I think the death status effect really only affects players, so I'm really not sure.
Oh, it does cause death. Let me see that.
Yeah, let me try and see if it can be used to farm at least. That did 2,400 damage to that guy.
Yeah, what?
But that was a pretty short area. There's one that does a much bigger area. Fortisax Lightning Spear.
Jeez.
Here, I'll put on the helmet, and I haven't seen any of the dragon spells yet, actually, other than Placidus Axes, which I think is not that great. Placidus Axes takes 3 spell slots. It's a little debilitating. Let's try this. I heard Dragon Claw is supposed to be really good.
Aguil's is good. What's that other one? Bottom left?
Oh, that's Placidus Axe.
Oh, okay.
Should take up all my other slots. I think just the regular Dragon Flame is supposed to be good.
Rotten Breath? Yeah, let me see that too.
Rotten Breath is supposed to be good, but I have the upgraded version from Killing the Dragon, so I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, okay, then you'd probably use Ezekiel Breath.
Yeah. Let's try the Decay. Used all my mana. Did not infect him with Plague, did it?
These guys might be immune.
Maybe.
Well, that was cool.
I only used half my mana. Not even half, so. That was behind a shield.
This would be good. That looks like a nasty PvP.
That guy
move.
looks like he's rotting, right?
No, he's
That
rotting.
effect?
Yeah. We'll check his health. See if it's going down. Jesus, what is this man?
He's a cartwheeling fiend, dude.
I think he's just gross and bleeding all the time.
Not sure. I don't know. I wish that was thorn magic. Okay. Let's so I'll try Grail's Roar on
Wow. The spell is fucking nasty. And it looks like it has like it cleaves everyone around you as if you did like an AoE attack.
Oh, no, it's 100% AoE. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like circular AoE. It's actually like quick. Like most of these dragon spells are slow as fuck, so
What was that?
a lot of damage
Just
actually.
a big bite? Oh man. Oh, that's a fun spell.
I mean, I think it probably does more damage
do the
than
claw.
that. That's just the damage of their health. All these dudes are moving in. They're pissed about my dragon. Oh! I'm so squishy in these wizard robes. That one's just called Dragon. This is the one I heard is good.
Oh my god, that spell is fun.
Has a lot of poise on it too.
Doesn't use a lot of mana. Yeah, I mean trading with that spell too. You're probably gonna.
Yeah,
win.
he's pretty small. He's gonna kill me. Oh wow. It has a lot of poise on it.
Yeah, it does. Like infinite. Just did like all your health. Okay, that's a PvP
bad.
move.
What?
That's a PvP move.
Yeah, I mean, it's too slow for PvP even, and it's got a minimum. It's got a minimum. That's a really bad spell. Borealis Mist looked like just the frost version of that.
Mhm.
No, that mob was Scarlet Rotted. He just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe they're super resistant to it. Like if you have a super high immunity, Scarlet Rot doesn't take that much on your health. So that's it.
Oh shit.
Well, might be. Oh, it used all my mana.
Bless this fucking scum.
This is me holding it the whole time.
Yeah, it looks
by
like
the
you
way.
can dump mana on it. Yo, that would be sick with the do you have that one thing that uses free mana or whatever?
Oh, the flask?
Yeah.
Fucking did it finally. Holy shit.
I did.
Yo, try that out real quick. Just infinitely breathing this giant
I'm pretty sure
dragon.
more of those dragon spells have done that too.
Damn, you have so many of these, holy shit.
Placidus Axe might be able to do that too. Let's see. Grail's, these three, Grail's Roar, Dragon Maul, Dragon Claw, all seem good. This seemed bad. Maybe for this. I want to see what Placidus Axe is first.
Mhm.
No, that has a definite end.
Dude, those robes are so fucking sick.
They are cool looking. I will give them. If only Thorn Magic was more useful.
Okay. It's just
No, it's just a double animation. Let's see how Rot and Breath works.
That's a nice spell.
That's a really nice spell.
That's one I would fucking use a lot. So maybe like maybe like a Rot Dragon build? Alright, so
I mean, yeah, that guy was definitely infected by Rot. You saw him die?
yeah.
He ticked super hard. So maybe the damage is just too much for normal mobs, but if you can... I think that spell might just kill everything in a room if you can hit it with it. Let's see.
Wow. Oh my god, that spell. Watch. And then all those things are dead.
No, they don't look infected. These things, I think, have resistance.
They
The
do.
other guy did not. But you saw I was able to aim it mid-cast.
Yeah, it looks that looks pretty easy to aim too. That looks fun.
So that's Rotten Breath. Let's compare it to... Oh, oops.
Yeah, you have 2 breaths.
I have a bunch of breaths.
2 rot breaths, I mean.
Oh, yeah, this one. I think that one might be great.
Oh my god.
Let me rest test with the physic.
I didn't pop the physic, but now it looks like it doesn't.
Well, wait. Actually, let me see if I pop the physic. You're right. You're right.
Jeez, this spell though. Oh my god.
Oh, you see how much you can turn it too? That's the problem.
Yo, jump in the air and do it.
Oh yeah, 'cause you can jump.
You float. That's sick.
I can't turn it down enough. Maybe I could if I wasn't targeting on him.
Alright, that's sick.
Okay, yeah, it is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It uses a shit ton of mana, though. Alright, well, that's a Dragon Breath. They
Yeah.
seem super powerful, but you're super vulnerable while you use them.
For sure, yeah.
Literally, all you need to do is equip that mask and or get America's Source Seal, and you can probably cast them all with a few points of faith. I don't know, I feel like the Blood Flame has a lot of potential when they fix the scaling on bleed weapons.
Yeah.
We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Because if
We gotta
those
do it
blood
fast.
flame claws like scale with arcane, like
Only
the
pay
bleed
for what
damage
you
on
need.
them scales with arcane, I think it would. That makes sense to me.
Oh, this is it. Our own studio
Maybe if I
backlog.
had
She's gorgeous.
that rock breath would just instantly cause the play.
Something's wrong.
For it.
What happens after dark?
Are you all right?
No.
In this video, I will show you how to get the most powerful weapon in Elden Ring. First, you need to go to the Grand Lift of Dectus. Now, and you want to hit him a few times or just ride around him a few times. And you want to get his attention because you want to lead him outside the foot. He's dead. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Beast Claw costs an insanely low amount of mana.
Let me see it. Beast Sling.
Beast Sling is like the interruption move. Like that's just to interrupt people in PvP. See the stone?
Stone
He's
is sick.
cartwheeling. Stop cartwheeling!
He's too short.
Hit him for 600.
This move is sick. I like that move a lot.
It costs an insanely low amount of mana, and it does like good AoE.
I love how fucked up this farm is.
Oh, I mean, this is not the farm. If you want to see me farming them, it's killing them all. Interesting though, and like how overpowered this helmet is.
Yeah.
Salutations, Tarnished. Elden Ring. Golden Retaliation. The way that
That's not that
the
much.
animation cycles faster. It consumes so little stamina that you can do it upwards of 20 times in a row. And since the setup only requires 20 strength and 19 faith, you can put the rest of your stats into being as tanky as possible. Become girth.
In fact, only gets
ethics.
strength in your build if you're focusing on bleed damage.
Mm-hmm.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or
just
table, 4
see
chairs and bench in 3 finishes.
The blood flame again.
Hello everybody.
Flame.
Well, if you ask me if I found Elden Ring to be a hard game, no. Maybe a bit when I start because I haven't played Soul game before, so it got me, I'm just a bit used to get to the controls. But very, very early, I got the chance to be very powerful. Now, the thing is that actually really, let's say, broke the game for me, where actually one item, the second one even make it even easier, if it can be even easier than that. So what was that? Well, this is one incantation,
Wait, actually, I
right?
wanna see that.
And of course, I need to get to the point where I can actually use it. So let me show you which one is it. I just use it. It's all the time on me because it's just so OP. So the incantation is this one, right? This one is called Exiguous Decay, right? Exiguous Decay. Now it costs 2 dragon, and you can buy it in here, this location, right? No, sorry, not here. Hearts. Trust me, it's worth it. There's also this version.
So this
But
is
why
Swarm of
actually get this
Flies.
one? Because it's a huge AoE cloud. Fast. Easy mode. Because that fast, not fast, but they attack together. They can break stance of big bosses. It's just, Faithful Canvas Talisman that raises potency of incantations, and Carrion Filigree Crest that lowers FP consumed by skills. Keep in mind there will be and Carrion Filigree Crest that lowers FP consumed by skills. Keep in mind there will be spoilers, of course, because of incantations, and Carrion Filigree potency of your incantation. For example, I use a Faithful Canvas Talisman that
He's rotting. Look at him.
You ever fuck with the Faithful Canvas Talisman?
I'm using it. All of this is done using that. And all of this is done using Radigan's icon.
What's Radigan's icon? Oh, the fast spells. Nice.
Okay. Interesting.
here and boss, and you can see it's just
like
crazy. So basically they tank and I use the spells and don't need to worry about anything. Of course some bosses aggro you more than others, but even then there's always an option to do it, you know, in between frames, you know, of attack. And of course you can actually increase it if you have a higher dexterity. Anyway, as you can see here, spawning them and just continue using flasks. That's why I have lots of flasks. And just standing there doing my thing. Look at the health bar. The more you do it, the higher the tick damage. Take a look at the tick damage on the right side of the HP of the enemy, the boss. You can see the more I do it, the higher the damage. The other the tick damage. This is just insane. And of course it's very hard to get because it's a huge cloud. It's crazy. Right? As you can see, it's almost done. And I can actually leave him like that and you can tick for quite a long time. So it's actually finish him. I'm just doing more to increase the damage. Basically, that's about it. That's kind of close to the end game bosses. Super easy. That's just gonna take damage until he dies. It can even before. Here is another example. It's gonna be very easy. Right, I'm just using again the same thing. The other ones are actually tanking. I didn't have, by the way, using my pets here. These are the ones you can actually spawn during this boss fight. But still, you're gonna tank. I'm doing my thing. Here I save my horse. Just finding the opportunity. And the funny thing is, once you stack enough damage, you can just even leave the boss. You can just run away, not do anything, just let him just die of damage over time. Like I do here.
I believe
you can do your own silly moves. I'm not going to be even close to you.
I'm just so fucking OP, man.
And then just run away from them?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. I'm literally watching this video right now. It's so funny.
Wawa catering. Nice move.
Yeah,
Wawa catering so easy.
Like Arabian guy's like,
kids.
He's like, I'm not
Hello,
good at
everybody.
these games.
Well,
he's like, this game is easy. I use this one spell. He has the great solar. He has the shield guys, the 5 little shield boys.
Yeah.
Like, I send in my pets, and then this dragon spell, I just spam it. Dude, it's so awesome. And at the end here, he's like, he said,
with this weapon. So if you have,
he's like, look. It was right.
Of course, just
I
imagine
kill Radon. Hang on.
Damn
Quote him.
Time running thing. Just let him just. Goes, once you stack enough damage.
He's like, once you take enough damage,
you can just even leave the boss.
You can just even leave the boss.
You can just run away.
You just run away.
No do anything.
No do anything.
Just let him just die of damage over time.
Just die.
Like I do here. You
like
can do your own silly moves. I'm not going to be even close to you. I'm just running with a horse, taking my time, running into the horizon while the boss is dying slowly. Look at that. Look how funny it is. The damage is crazy.
Is not a rapist,
that's it.
actually.
Don't even need to be close. Why take a risk?
I'm just racist. It's fine. Oh my god, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, I think those dragon spells are actually fucking crazy strong. I think that Scarlet Rot spell seems to be the strongest one, though.
It's fucking insane.
The Rot Breath. The Rot Breath or the Summon a Dragon to eat someone, those seem to be the two strongest. I mean, that eat was doing 2,000 damage.
There's a rot dagger.
I have it.
Scorpion stinger.
Yep, I have it. I gave you a rot sword. You have the rot crystal sword.
A rot crystal sword?
Yeah, you have it. I 100% gave it to you. Oh, no, I have it, actually.
Wow, you're a liar. You're lying.
Casey, tell him, dude.
Casey, shut your mouth if you want a nice rot hammer.
Shut up.
So give me a rot hammer.
Oh, give me it. I need it.
Casey's fucking no.
Give me it. Right in.
They're inking me.
Do you have the rot flower spell, John?
Yeah, that was the flower spell I tried to cast on you.
Okay.
Why what about it?
No, I was just curious about it.
I'm sure it's the type of thing where I just use it on the boss fight at the very beginning, and if it lands and causes Scarlet Rot, then I literally just have to keep dodging until the boss dies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think my storyline in D&D is going to be I'm a physician who is coming to study the effects of these mushrooms.
Dude, you need to homunculize the baby. Rosemary's baby, dude.
What?
The big head baby.
Oh.
No, you could have fucking mushroom.
Homunculize it? What do you mean?
Aren't you gonna make homunculi?
No, I think I'm gonna focus more on the retarded, creating mutations out of my body thing.
You're gonna mutate yourself. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, no. What I had initially thought of just seems impractical compared to a weird grafter.
Are you gonna be a melee character?
Sure.
That could be cool. Graft like extra arms on and try to go for multi attack, or just grapple people, stab them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going. It just seems like I think it also had to do with how I rolled my stats. Is I'm like, oh, okay, well, I was planning on just being a weakling who hid out in combat and had minions do his work
No, at
for
this
it,
point
but
you're
it's
just a
like
freak.
now I'm just a freak. So it's like, well, let's pump into being a freak and let's exploit this as much as I can.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had that much luck at a craps table.
Do you walk away rich?
So rich. Mike, I feel like you would also enjoy this fantasy. Going on a Mississippi riverboat cruise
Playing
and just
craps?
just fucking gambling all day.
Yeah, dude.
Right? I think that exists still.
It does. I was actually on something very similar to that. I was on a gambling boat that went down a river in South Carolina.
Far trashier than what I'm
It was
describing.
very trashy, but
The
it was kind of cool.
Mississippi River. A gambling boat.
Yes, I was on a gambling
A
boat.
steamboat, like a legitimate steamboat with
But
the
if you
big
get
paddle wheel.
yeah, like an old ass fucking antique steamboat, fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Chana, we gotta open one, dude.
Dude, I mean they're charging like $2,000 for a cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I ever hit the lottery, we open up a steamboat.
Steamboat Casino, I'm down. We'll have to call out the
Ozymandias.
Yeah, no, what was the one?
The Fever Dream.
Fever Dream, dude. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna name my landscape company Green Dreams.
Green Dreams. I like that.
With a nice smiling tree as the logo.
Mm-hmm. And marijuana leaves.
Green Dreams is stolen from George R. R. Martin. It's he mentions Green Dream several times.
What?
I was gonna do Green Knight, but I was describing this to my the 21-year-old bitch boy I had last year, and he's like, "Oh, my uncle has a company called Green Knight Landscaping." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" The logo was gonna be so cool. It was gonna be like knight in like, you know, like armor riding on a zero turn with a weed whacker out like a lance.
Damn, bro. That's incredible.
Right? This guy's fucking logo is shitty. I should just steal it, right?
Yeah, you definitely should just steal that.
If he sues me, I'll just change the name.
If you have a logo idea that's that good, come on.
I need to find a graphic designer to make that logo. But I want like clanky, cartoony knight armor. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks a little goofy.
Yeah.
Smith and duplicate Bloody Slash so you can put one on either one. You then want to select the bleed affinity so that they each have bleeding, and this is going to make it so that when you attack with both weapons with L1,
Like, did you ever
that you
watch
set
me
the bleeding
actually
stat.
farm these guys though?
No.
Watch this. Oops. Wrong button. I do this.
Oh my god, what is that fucking move, dude?
I do this. And I go sleep.
Alright. What is that fucking move?
That's the weapon art of my... It's the final boss's weapon.
Alright, fair enough. Jesus.
Right? And since you've been watching, I've gotten 75,000, 80,000 souls almost.
Are you using the consumable that increases?
No, I'm not even using the talisman. Last night when I farmed up Huh?
There's a consumable you pop that increases your...
Yeah, the gold valve.
Yeah, where's your foul?
It is not worth the time farming it, honestly.
You're not worth
I think the time farming would be greater than 30% of just the time doing this. Also, I don't need I've already hit my max level. Any weapon I want, I can go here for the max level. It's interesting though how much damage that light did. That dragon light move.
Yeah, that move was sick.
2,000 damage? I think it did 2,200. That's a lot. These guys only have like 1,200 health, because I know some moves only do like sometimes the visual display only displays how much it took to kill them. That was showing all the overkill damage on it too. Casey, you ever watch The Sopranos?
Negative.
Negative?
Negative.
Dude, Casey, you gotta watch Sopranos.
Sopranos so good.
No, you gotta do it.
Yeah, no, I felt it.
Come on, it's been 20 years. What shitty
hell.
show have you watched lately? I guarantee you watched The Mandalorian. Did you?
I did not.
I did not dislike The Mandalorian.
That's something.
But I also don't remember it.
Give me my fucking souls.
Here, back.
Kizzy, don't call me a bitch ever. Duel? You command a duel? Duel, man. I got my runes back, baby.
What? You want 250,000 souls?
Kinda.
Yeah. Go to Fort Hate West.
Not right now, though. I'm busy in the city.
What city?
Busy in the eternal city. Fighting these female fucking go-boys.
Oh, the ones who say.
Singing. Oh! Like, what the fuck is lunch?
Actually, that's something I want to see.
What's the ancestral goat head do? Infant goat head. Infant goat head. Oh, that's a move.
Oh yeah, only scales off in too, by the way.
What?
Ancestral infant's head.
Yeah, it's like an item you can use.
Yeah.
Creates like a little area denial. Jism. Actually seems kind of strong.
Damn, the Regal Omen Bear. That's the other item I have. Like the goat head. Costs about a quarter of my mana. Does 1100 damage.
It's a usable
1200 damage.
You got somewhere?
What's that?
Is it a usable item you got somewhere?
Yeah. I think I bought it for remembrances. But Yeah, you crouch down, scream, and then you release these like dark flaming spirits that home in on something. 1200 damage. It's not bad.
Whoo! I'm the
Cast
ghost.
ballistic.
So maybe I can get over on this sand. This goat does not like to turn.
You've seen the shrines though?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed like 1 or 2.
That's probably. Go 14 more now. Should have added something like thorn magic. Although, to be fair, it might just be for PvP.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I had no idea what I was doing. discovered, but it's not. It's not like the
Really?
Grace.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah.
You're a fool while you're doing the dirty work. Oh my god. That just reminded me of Rand. And now every time I go to like, every time I think about Wheel of Time or whatever, I'm just like, there's been a lot of lines with Loyal in this one, Loyal and Rand.
Yeah.
And it's always Loyal.
Loyal's the man.
Loyal's the man. I love Loyal, but it's always him like complaining and like, not complaining, but just like watching out for Rand. And he's always like,
I don't think this is a wise idea,
but
Rand.
Rand.
But Rand.
But Rand. Like every time I think about the story, I think about Loyal saying that shit now. And I find
This seems like a foolish mistake. Yeah, I think Loyal might be Jordan's like self-insert.
That's what he feels like.
Yeah, where he's the guy writing the story, and he's like, "This does not seem to make sense. You humans are too hasty."
I love fucking Michael Kramer's voices, dude. His Loyal is incredible.
Perfect. Yeah. You wanna know how retarded the show is?
Is Loyal just like a black guy?
Yes.
Alright.
He's like a 6'4" black guy. But he's not, he's a little fantasized, but he's definitely dark skinned.
Loyal in my mind is like literally a Tauren, but like green skin. I don't know why I think he has green skin.
Because ogre, yeah. Of course, yes. But yes, you're right.
You know, and he's got like bull nose features and like ears.
With a very
long ears.
Chinese mustache.
Yes, like a beard, like one of those like fucking bull beards.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to have like Chinese-y mustaches, and his is just whiskers, because he's only 90 years old. He's young. No, they have Pot and Fate stab him with dagger at the end. The last time you see Loyal is he's lying there, ostensibly dead. They say they're bringing him back, but it's like, okay, so you just break the entire lore of the dagger.
They stabbed Loyal on the show?
Yep. In Faldara.
Wait, in Faldara?
Yeah.
Where's that?
That's the place where Ingtar is from.
Oh, like when Fane's escaping?
Not even when Fane's escaping. They just have Fane march in. There's no escape. None of that. They cut that whole plot line from the second book. He just walks in and stabs Loyal. And I think smacks Perrin or something. I don't know. It's so retarded I can barely remember it.
I was gonna say it's been like a wild ride, this book so far. This book is flying by.
Yeah, that book.
It's like non-stop with this horn hunt, like just fucking plot twists and shit.
That book kind of hooks you in, but I guarantee the hook isn't in deep enough. It's dragging you along, but it hasn't convinced you it's the best fantasy series of all time.
Well, just now, they just finally met up with Matt. Like the inn was burning down, the horn got stolen back again.
Yep.
And they finally met back up together.
Perfect.
And they're like, oh, Rand, are you a time traveler? What the fuck? And now Rand is apparently... This isn't, like, explicitly mentioned. But I'm picking up on Rand can, like, read parents' thoughts or something? Or is, like, intercepting his, like, wolf speak?
I'm not sure about that.
It's really weird. I mean, it seemed
Not sure
like
about that.
Rand was able to detect what Perrin was thinking, but his thoughts were like coming from the wolf pack kind of thoughts.
Now, if I recall, that might just be simple empathy. Perrin. I don't think Rand ever understand what Perrin is.
Really? Okay.
So I think that might be a misinterpretation on your part, but
They don't talk about it together?
no one ever talked about anything. That's the core of Wheel of Time.
Okay.
Many situations, many issues in the next 12 novels can be solved by having a conversation, but people don't have conversations like that. It's uncomfortable. And would lead to a shitty narrative.
Yeah, I definitely like it better that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably 2 or 3 chapters away from my favorite chapter. One of my favorite chapters in the entire series.
Yeah.
Top 10.
You could tell that the build is like nuts.
Flicker, 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 flicker.
Yeah, Rand's character is awesome.
What's the game of houses called again?
Actually had like not picked up on it the first couple times it was mentioned, and then it was finally mentioned again by name what it's called, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I forgot what it's called again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rand just got like the invitation from the king.
Yeah, I love that. I love that whole sequence. How he just is burning the letters, he's ignoring everything, and that just makes them think he's deeper involved in. I don't even have to put it. There's the mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say something with a D.
Yeah. How he's just burning the letters. He's trying to not be involved in Deus de Mar, and they all just think that's a way to play some deeper role in Deus de Mar. So he just keeps getting higher levels of invitations that he's just burning until it's the most powerful lord in Carian and the king of Carian inviting to parties.
All because they gave him nice clothes.
Yeah.
He just got a
It's
pimp
like, I'm a
jacket.
farmer! then
Like,
he
that's
meets his
impossible,
hot
Lord.
bitch.
Look at your jacket. It's so nice. He's like,
Yeah, but then
you're right,
he
actually."
meets that hot bitch, Celine, and he's like, I can't tell her I'm just a shepherd.
Yeah, he's like.
I might not get pussy if I don't if I tell her
Also,
I'm just a shepherd.
I love there's like foreshadowing of the story of hopefully Rand just laying pipe on all these hot wizard bitches. Like how he's gonna have like 3 wives, all sister wives too, and like a polygamous relationship.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like that rules. And I just love also that all the women are just hot.
Yeah, of course.
And
They're
all want to
also
fuck
19.
Rand. It's great. Yeah, and they're all 19. Just like,
I guarantee you, if
and Rand's like, I don't
any
understand.
of us saw a 19-year-old fat ugly chick, we'd be like, she's pretty hot.
Oh yeah. I just love that Rand thinks everyone's hot, and then he sees Celine. He's like, I want to fuck her
She's
tits.
the hottest of them all.
Yeah. He's like getting a boner, and he's like, why do I feel like this? I can't stop it.
Oh, the power!
She better turn out to be evil, dude. She's got to be evil. Actually, it'd be sick if she was not evil and just like a hot bitch. Just one of his wives that like the other wives have to deal
She's
with.
the dumbest character ever. She's just a hot chick who helps the hero constantly.
Oh god, that'd be so sick.
It would subvert expectation.
Yeah. Oh, this is just a Crucible night. No. No.
Yeah, they just start showing up randomly.
No.
I know the exact. You can cheese him. You can cheese him.
Oh, I'm gonna cheese him.
Okay, so you know what Camelin is, right? The London, the
big ass city.
The big ass city. They all met back up at the innkeepers. Is it Gil? Master Gil?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Master Gil's land. They met back up there. Rand falls into the while he's observing Logain paraded. The false flag. Falls into the castle.
Yeah, with the princess and the queen.
He meets the princess and yeah, they cut all of that out. They cut all of that out. Instead, do you think it's of a story that you haven't seen Carbound? It actually may have seen Carbound
Dude, I cannot wait. I've flashbacks.
That specific by never falling, so when you respawn back in the graves, you target him without falling down.
Oh, I just got him to jump off the edge of the thing. He stumped it.
I take characters Wheel of Time, and you guess which ones they turn black in the show. Okay. Let's go. Rand.
Oh God. I'm gonna say not black.
Not black. Good.
Okay, thank God.
Okay. Parent.
Black.
Definitely black. Yep. Nynaeve.
Not black.
She's also black.
Oh. Dumbass.
Egwene.
Definitely not black.
She is Indian, but she's very dark. Counts as black. Right?
What the fuck?
It's so fucking insane.
Why?
Why would they? I don't care. Element. It's a bad show, and then it's like, hey, make every character black. And that would make it a good show, apparently.
Yeah, there's like waves of shows like that that are just all affirmative action. It's just like.
Okay, wait. It's not. Think. Let me think.
Well, Loyal's black too, so.
Loyal's black, yeah.
None of them are black in the books at all.
Yeah. Who cares? That's racist that you said that. Who cares about the source material?
Not that, like, I guess some would be black, but.
They're not! No, they're explicitly described as, like, a tiny Welsh village in a tiny backwater. It said they have, I think Matt might be some type of Arabian, or Jewish, I don't know. They replaced the actor already. Midway through the season, actually, they replaced the
Matt. No. That's
he left because it was obviously a shit show, and that actor was like, "Yeah, I'm not." COVID seems to drop out. Swan, I always pictured Swan as black, but that was a weird thing for me, and they turned her black, which I'm fine with. That's a good one.
Swan.
Swan Sanche, the Amerlin Sea. They only turned her black because she's the most powerful person in the world.
Well, yeah. Didn't she have another name? No.
Lamb is like Chinese, which I'm fine with.
I kind of like
makes
that.
Sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not in the books. There's like a Chinese culture
I feel like
with
they
Borderlanders.
Like
I'm pretty sure he has blue eyes. He's Chinese. It's fine. That's fine. I don't care.
Flash.
But to make clear, out of the Emmons Field 5, Nynaeve is black, Karen's black, then Egwene is fucking Min's Chinese.
What?
I don't know. It has nothing to do with how they describe her character. She's Chinese though in the show, and she's in Faldara instead of Barillon. It makes no sense. They should have just not had her as a character. Like, have her placed differently. Not the race change only matters because of how fucked up and horrible they did the story. But oh no, you also want to get all the ground points for But you can't fucking write the show.
Oh, I figured out how to beat this guy quickly. I'm just gonna stand with a shield up and I just stand with stone shards.
Like 20% damage to the shield.
Fine, I can shoot so many though.
That's how I end up tackling personal legs.
Oh my god, I almost got him jump off the cliff.
It's like jump down off that just target him at full length and
He like runs and runs. I hate him. And there's another one.
Oh, you remember Bale Doman? By my aged grandmother, this doobie.
Yeah, I had the whole. He had an insane chapter actually. That was a sick chapter.
It cut out of the show.
That reminded me of so much of Fever Dream.
Yeah. No, that entire sequence is cut out of the show.
And then
Elias. You probably liked Elias, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, it's cut out of the show. Oh, all the Tinkers? Either black or
No. Balzamon's black.
Dark hair.
Of all time.
But no, he's a very swarthy Logan.
No way, dude.
Another swarthy Arab.
Logain is an why? There's less white people in the show than minorities?
The only white person in the show is Moraine and Rand. Those are the only two.
That's fucking insane.
Rand's dad. Tam is white.
That's for continuity, though.
Yeah.
He just comes to be a black guy.
But why not? Still, it doesn't make none of the other race changes make sense. They also have Karen, who's white, and accidentally murders her. What?
They just made that
Yep, and it makes literally as much sense as how I just explained it.
Sick.
Well, that adds a character development to this. Then for the next, didn't develop his character at all. He was a horrifically bad character. None of the wolf stuff was incorporated. There was a half-a-minute scene that Perrin interrupted
They
a
skipped
Wayne
him?
female empowerment thing. Yeah, none of the wolf stuff is even mentioned.
Does he have the eyes?
They have his eyes light up during this scene, but it's mostly about Egwene refusing. Oh, so they got rid of. So Eamon Valda he's a white cloak who'll be introduced to later, but Niall is not involved. Commander Niall not involved, which fucked up a lot of things. But yeah, no, Commander Niall, the white cloak commander with the friendly eyes, they replaced him with Valda. By the way, black guy. Yes, he's a character that comes up.
They just like supplant him, like get rid of the other guy because like there's people see him.
Yeah, exactly. Remember multiple characters. Even though this is the most popular fantasy, and it has an insane amount of characters that people have memorized by heart. No, just fucking cut out. No one cares. I'm sure that an entire faction could just be represented by one character. Half the Aes Sedai, black women.
Really? Because I never met them. Unless they were like specifically. I don't know.
Oh, he just flew off the edge. What an idiot!
Yeah, that show was fucking something else. Like,
Is it still going, or are they like wrap up a season?
they finished the season. Yeah.
Where did
months
it end?
ago, but-
Like after the second book? That's crazy.
No, first book. So instead of Rand having his badass scene,
Where he fights Balsamon?
yes, also that. Instead of that, where it's Balsamon threatening his mother and Rand cutting the cord, it's Balsamon shows him like a scenario where Egwene doesn't have free will and she just wants to be his wife, and he's like, "That's not what Egwene wants." And that's how he meets him, saying that, I think. And then instead of Rand having that badass scene where he blows up all the Trollocs who are coming through, this insane amount of magic power he just discovered, it's Egwene and Nynaeve do it.
Oh, the girls do Balsamon.
No, they just follow the and Rand meets Balsamon by respecting women.
By not fucking him.
Away herself by just wanting her to be his wife. It's so retarded. Like, it's fucking so.
No!
They also have Nynaeve burn out in a circle, which is a you don't know these terms, but it's entirely against the lore. It's explicitly stated you can't burn out in a circle. And then Egwene heals it, which Egwene is very untalented at healing. That's also explicitly stated that she's just not good at it. Nynaeve is great at healing. Maybe if Nynaeve had healed Egwene burning out, it would have made somewhat sense.
But they made that entire thing up anyway, so.
It's entirely, it's very bad.
So why are they added? That makes me mad. Like, okay, I could maybe, like, if they followed everything else, like, perfectly.
I would not care.
Even with the casting
Even about the
choices,
race
everyone
thing.
being black, like, okay, I could get past that. Even
Sure.
if they weren't very good actors, as long as they were following the story correctly.
Sure, but they did it badly, and then they were like, but wait, we had black actors. Doesn't everyone want inclusion? It's such an obvious, like, corporate agenda shit. where it's like, oh, we can make this shitty product, but as long as we have black actors, we're fighting the good fight.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. But also, complete nerd fans.
Yeah, they probably are all about it.
No, they gave it the benefit of the doubt, and then by like episode 6, even the nerd faggots were like, well, maybe they'll carry it off, and then by the finale, they were like, they really fucked it up, but I have hope for season 2. And then everyone else is like, no, they really fucked it up. They really did a bad job. But then again, season 2, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
I mean, I doubt you will. I bet I'll be the only one watching it because that show was supposed to be the next Game of Thrones. It's not through that much money.
That doesn't make sense.
Badly done. Yeah. It looked like mid-2000 level CGI.
Jesus.
So, I mean, and also I'm the only one watching it. All of our friends are nerd faggots.
Yeah, true.
The prime market for this show. I'm the only one you know who has watched this show. Fucking horrific. By the way, the only reason I care is because I love the books that much. But I think the showrunner raved. He explicitly said that he doesn't want to just appeal to the book's fan base. He wants to reach a wider audience. Well, he failed at that.
Who said that?
And he alienated the only people who would like his fucking shitty show.
Who said that?
The showrunner, the guy who
wrote it?
the head writer, not directing, but he like hires the the showrunner. It's like a executive producer position. The guy who runs the whole fucking thing. What D&D were to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, this should be a slam dunk. You're reading this story. How much would you love to see this story brought to life on the show?
It'd be incredible.
It'd be incredible. And it would be so easy. Like, oh, lift dialogue directly from the book.
Just read it. Literally just read it.
Just read it and put money behind action scenes. And that's it.
Yep.
That's all you need to do. And they fucking failed at that.
Yeah, I find it hilarious when, like, adaptations just get it so wrong. And most of the time, it's because they choose to be lazy about things, leave things out that shouldn't be left out. Like, even if you just made a half-ass effort to include some of those things, it would be better.
No.
But what the most egregious thing they do is when they just add fake shit to try to make it canon. And it's like,
there's an entire episode, like, part of the thing is like, okay, so you're limited by time. You only have these 8 hours. There's an entire episode about a character named Stephen, who is a warder whose Aes Sedai dies, and it shows him, like, struggling and committing suicide eventually. Do you know who Steppen is?
Steppen? No.
Yeah, neither do I, because he's not a character in fucking Wheel of Time.
They made him up.
They made him up. They made up an entire fucking episode around him.
Because you know what?
And Rand probably got maybe twice the screen time of this character. They never made Rand a character.
If you were watching The Lord of the Rings or whatever, something, and all of a sudden they put in a scene that
Aragorn's black, by the way.
Yeah.
Aragorn's black with an afro, and he's saying, "Shit, man."
Listen, even if it was the best fan fiction ever written for Lord of the Rings,
I want to watch fan fiction.
And you put it in, and we're like, look, this is widely regarded as the best fan fiction for Wheel of Time. Like, no. Even then.
Yeah, no, Robert Jordan, when he was alive,
And you know that this
explicitly-
showrunner, is not the one out there who wrote the best. You know.
Of course. And Robert Jordan also hated fan fiction. He explicitly threatened to sue people who are doing fan fiction.
Of his work. Yeah, that's incredible.
Because he's like, I don't give a fuck. These are my characters.
Like, go write your own shit.
Stop fucking making them all fuck each other, you fucking losers on Tumblr.
Yeah, literally.
Robert Jordan's the man.
Clearly.
He was a Vietnam helicopter pilot, by the way.
Alright, that rules.
Yep. Then he was a nuclear.
How sick would it be to just be flying around Vietnam, picking up soldiers and shit?
Yeah. He probably committed some horrific war crimes too. He was like a teenager in Vietnam.
Horrific war crimes.
His battle scenes are exquisite.
Sick time to be
like
alive.
Vietnam,
like Americans in Vietnam.
60s,
Yeah.
70s, late 60s, early 70s.
Fucked up too. Don't get me wrong. But for some guys.
Oh no, I think it probably horrifically scarred Jordan. He also, he cut his teeth, ghostwriting for, the Conan series. Like, most of the Conan books were written by Robert Jordan.
That's cool. Have you ever read them?
No. They're bad. But he's like a very talented author who eventually, created his own world. It's the same thing as George R.R. Martin, where George R.R. Martin had all these shitty side projects that never panned out, except for Robert Jordan. They were very successful, and then he also was a nuclear engineer.
Jeez.
Yeah, he used the GI Bill from Vietnam to become an engineer, and then worked on nuclear subs. Very back. You know what the God's honest truth is? I wouldn't care if they fucked up the Wheel of Time show for me if it made more fans of the series, but it really hasn't. No one likes that show. The only people who watch that show were Wheel of Time fans who were so hopeful for something good, and then it was bad.
Do you think it's only bad because it's not what you wanted? Or do you think people who don't know anything about the show would like it?
No, I think if you tried to watch it with your girlfriend, she would get bored and be like, or your wife, she would get bored and be like, this sucks. I don't think anyone is tuning into that show and being like, oh, this is a really good show. I think Wheel of Time fans tuned into it and were like, please be a good show. I think it might be a good show. Oh my god, it's fucking bad. Shit. That's what I'm saying. They could have made a shitty adaptation that's an entertaining show. They failed on both ends. It's a bad show. It's a horrific one. Oh, it's there. You'll be more introduced to him later, but he's the character in the prologue. He's the dragon who is reincarnated from.
Yeah, I thought he was like an old ancient hero.
Yeah, he's 3,000 years old. What race do you think?
I thought he was like reincarnated from Rand.
Yeah. Rand is the reincarnated dragon. He's black.
What?
Yeah.
Finally, black guys.
Yeah. Definitely. No. Luce Theron, everyone pictures him as a black dude. Come on. That was every fan of the book's mental image. Was Luce Theron? Definitely a black dude.
Wait, let me see this. Wheel of Time cast.
Oh yeah, look at the Benetton ad. Tell me if any of them match.
Benetton ad? What are you talking about?
Honestly, Nynaeve as a black woman, don't even really hate it. They made her less of a cunt in the show.
Oh, the image of diverse people. Benetton ad. That's funny.
Oh, you never heard that? That's an old joke. Cause yeah, Benetton ads.
Yeah. All right, here's a picture.
It
of the
works with any skin tone.
Oh my god, what?
That's not your mental image? Then you're a Nazi, Mike.
Wait a minute.
If you didn't picture Egwene as an Indian woman with a horrific mole, then actually you're racist. Not that there aren't a billion fucking Indian people to write their own fucking fantasies where, or take Brandon Sanderson, where those characters are actually ethnic, where they do look Indian. But no. let's take the white characters from Wheel of Time and make them Indian and black for no reason, and then make a shitty show on top of it. But no, it's gotta be popular because we have black characters.
It wasn't the whole point, like, Rand didn't stick out at like a sore thumb for being a pale-skinned,
yes,
like blue-eyed, red-haired,
wow,
white as fuck man. Like that was the whole part of his book.
And you
like,
get that Rand looking different was a major plot point. Who could have told? Oh no, except they decided that the dragon could have been any of the Emmons Field Five, including the women, and they decided to make that a plot point. Then they had a like romance triangle, what's that called? Where three characters, they decided to have Rand be threatened by Perrin and think that he's in love with Egwene. Even though that was literally just a sentence in the books where Perrin was just like, I love her like a sister.
Yep, literally.
And completely cleared up any of that confusion that might have happened. No, they decided to devote an entire episode to that love triangle. That's the word. Because that's what people want to see, is a love triangle teenagers instead of the epic fantasy book that we all love.
Ugh. Alright, I'm looking at a picture. Okay, you have Rand. Egwene is black. Moraine is white. Tom Maryland is white.
Yeah, but does Tom Maryland look like how you think he would look, or does he look
No.
like a sexy 40-year-old dude?
Yeah, he literally just looks like a sexy army guy. Like what?
He looks like a dangerous guy too, right?
What?
That's the vibe he got off of Tom Maryland, constantly rubbing his white mustaches. That guy with dark stubble who looks surly and intimidating.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure that was a great casting call.
That's bad. At least he's white, I guess.
Who cares? He could have been black. He doesn't have the white mustaches.
Dude, look at this cast. What the fuck? Loyal's just this big, fucking fat nosed black guy.
Yeah, that's Perrin.
Pat is also Perrin. Nynaeve is just black. Chick.
Yep.
Okay, Lan is Asian. That's fine.
Fine.
Logain? Is Logain?
Very swarthy, right?
Logain is literally like an Arab guy.
Yeah, he's a very dark Arab man.
He's just wait, wait, wait! You didn't even mention this one. Podon Fane. Fane is a black guy.
Yeah, Podon Fane, black.
Fane. I never would have guessed that one.
Of course, he's.
Dude, in my mind,
Also, the
Fane...
actor's very good, so I didn't even mind that one. That's why I didn't bring it up, because the actor's actually like good, and but yeah.
Dude, in my mind, Fane is like... He looks like the guy...
greasy-haired weasel.
He's the guy from Super Jail, basically. Like the little guy with the bug eyes, the mustache. Who's like the steward of the jail. It's him. That's Fane in my mind. Like this little...
Yes, that's Fane. Fane is a pathetic weakling. They make him a cool black guy, though.
Who decided that? Okay, then you have Alana? That's a made-up character.
Alana's not a made-up character. She comes up later. What color is she? Is she Chinese?
She's black.
Black? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's literally... she's as black as Nynaeve. She's black as fuck.
Okay. Yeah, that's also not. I don't even remember her in the show. But
Maybe
yeah,
she's an
she
Aes
also doesn't
Sedai.
come up until like book 4. By the way, she's not.
Who's Kareen Sedai?
Kareen Sedai, completely made up character. She died. She's from the prequel books, actually. Uh, uh something. A New Spring was a prequel book that Robert Jordan released between books 7 and 8, and it's a good book. Yeah, Kareen Sedai is in it. She's mentioned once. And yeah, they made her a black character who was the focus of one episode.
Okay, and then
She's that guy Steppen's warder who dies, and then Steppen gets sad and kills himself.
okay.
Steppen's white.
So there's
Because
just
he's
a
weak,
random
kills
fake
himself.
black character. Yeah, of course. And then who's Yvonne? Ivan. He's a warder?
Ivan would be one of Ivan. Yeah, he would be one of what's her face that I said I would just mentioned. Who doesn't come up till book 4? He's her warder.
Kareen?
Not Kareen. Leon.
Alana?
Alana. Yeah, Ivan is one of Alana's warders. Is he black?
He's black. He's very
That's
black.
fine. There are black characters, by the way, in Wheel of Time.
Yeah, no, there are. There definitely are. They're mentioned, like, specifically.
Yeah.
But in
They're
this
described.
cast, so of the main characters,
Of the main characters, only Rand is white.
only Rand is
maybe.
white, and Moraine.
And Moraine.
But I mean, one white guy? Are you serious? And then you've got, all right, Egwene is black to me, and
She's
honestly,
Indian.
Logain is black as well.
Logain, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
they count
Yeah,
as
we
black.
can divide it into that. Did they make an ethnic casting choice, or did they just say...
Yeah, alright, let's see. So for the ethnics, we have one white guy, and these are main characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 or 7 black characters.
Yep.
And that's not main characters. Then there's like 3 more black characters. There's literally 10 to 1.
Yep.
Like black to white. It doesn't, dude. It looks so retarded.
Oh, wait. Here's the funniest part. One of the characters, Leon, or Leandrin, I'm sure you've ran into her. They describe her honey-colored braids. Leandrin.
Yeah.
The Aes Sedai.
Yes.
Yeah, she comes from a region called Terabon, which is they're Indian, kind of. They're like Middle Eastern Indian, maybe Iranian, but they're like kind of it's a Middle Eastern. She should have been a Middle Eastern character. They made her, an evil white bitch because she's evil. You understand? So
yes.
she has to be an evil white bitch.
Yes, of course. White people are evil. I understand
Yeah.
that. What the fuck? There's more Asians on the show than white people? This is so crazy.
It's insane. It's not like Wheel of Time lacked racial diversity, by the way.
No, not at all.
Swan Sanche, yeah, you've definitely been introduced to her. She's the Amerlin seat. She's the one who taught Nynaeve and Egwene when they were on the boat. She held Nynaeve up against the wall with the power, and Nynaeve smashed her up against the wall. The Amerlin, yeah.
Yeah, she's like Rose Moraine. I thought she had a different name.
Swan Sanche, the Amerlin. Those are the old. But But yeah, I always pictured her in black. I'm not sure why. She's explicitly described as what in the books, but I always pictured it. And I feel like it adds to her character. Any tyrant, I think, can be black.
Tyrants?
Tyrant. It's a country. You'll see. But she's tyrant. I mean, one of the main tyrant characters you get to know is black. They're like a mixed race city. This is explicitly in the book. Some of them are white, some of them are... It's never an issue. But I always pictured everyone from Tyr as black. And I feel like it adds to Swan's character.
Yeah.
But definitely has nothing to do with Egwene or Nynaeve. They're definitely not black. They're definitely just white people from the country. They're hillbillies.
Literally. This gargoyle on fire.
I'll take it out. Some of the other shine on but the Saldeans definitely are described as yeah, she's definitely
Yeah, I don't think there's any exaggeration in how ridiculous the casting is for this show.
It's cartoonish.
It is cartoonish.
and by the way, if like, you know, I don't fucking comment on Reddit. I just read Reddit. But if you, there were people saying like, what the fuck is this? And when the casting was announced, and people were like, you're a fucking Nazi. What? You don't think that fucking black person?
Had to endure. Quite big. We've been vilified. That's fine. But also, stop ruining good things.
Yes, a brilliant work of art well, let's just make all the characters black and then fill in the blanks.
That'll get people watching.
Yes. And so that is a big warning sign for a show that's like, oh, this is gonna be bad. All they care about is trying to market themselves. Hey, guess what? Raise Hey, you know what would have been way better for all the whole whatever the word is, they have how about instead of
I did a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, I know this. Like, all that shit. But
it's like, no, actually, they're all black.
No, literally all 10 of them are black.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It destroyed my immersion.
Oh my god.
All this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But something like Wheel of Time, there's too much magic. It would cost too much. Just make it a fucking anime. Sanderson is just an anime already.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe just even like a fully seen
For sure, but that would be expensive. Just make it like an anime style and have it. 4 books in secret?
Yes. Dude, it's fucking insane.
He's fucking insane.
Dude, he's literally like body attached to his like typewriter, basically his fucking laptop, just fucking churning books.
All he wants to do is write.
It's amazing.
It's and he's
like there's never really been writers like he's so insane.
Yeah, no, and you can't even complain. So bad that it's like come out with the next archive next year. I guess around the end of next year, I guess the next one will drop. So it's not even like it's stacking on the critical series. I think it's a great be like, oh, look at the ground.
His swing gargoyle is so funny.
Oh, you're fighting the 2 gargoyles?
Yeah.
I also hate what Brandon Sanderson's doing with the Kickstarter campaigns. I'm never going to support it.
Did you hear how much money he made on Kickstarter? Dude, he broke a record. Dude, that's the most anyone's ever made. How insane is that?
Doesn't surprise me.
That's how big Sanderson is.
Like, the thing is with the Kickstarter shit, he's finding a way even outside of the publishers. Like, he's building records.
Yeah.
Which I applaud. Really. But that's just care about. But making a very smart person, he has and just release stuff on his own. Doesn't need to publish. Self-publish.
books, and everyone's like, yes, here's $10 million, write them now.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine?
It's insane. By the way, you know, the only reason he's this popular, like, the biggest thing that ever happened in his career was him finishing the time.
Yeah.
That, you know, it made him some enemies in the real-time community, like the ultimate real-time maggots. But yeah, that's how beloved Wolfenstein was. That Brandon Sanderson built that this massive of a fan base off of that trajectory.
Yeah, it's cool for me because like.
Yeah. No, I'm jealous of you. The greatest fantasy series that's ever been. You haven't even met. Yeah, I think parent. Yeah, you probably have. Yeah, a year from now, when you're done with Wheel of Time, you might want to read them all over again. Right, when you're done with that, Terry Crap.
This world? Yeah.
This world, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Check this world.
Very different from other things. Humorous, it's ironic.
That sounds fun.
Oh yeah, like it's very funny, but there are also like super badass characters who you love. But you'll also love like these humorous characters who are, you know, complete jokes. I mean, I'm madly in love, but Wheel of Time's better.
Yeah, I'm just happy to.
Yeah, I'm at a sad where I have to go for subpar fantasy. If I want to read something new, it's gonna be bad. So I have to, like, I've started reading like East of Eden. I read.
Nice.
And then, like, I think I'm gonna read the Russians. It's just like, yeah, there's no, like, who's gonna do? You haven't read Malice either.
No.
Yeah. Malazan's the other epic fantasy series you should read. A lot of it's bad.
Yeah.
But it has some high points where you're like, yeah, I've been super invested in Malazan.
Yeah? That's nice.
Yeah.
Not older.
I think late 90s, early 2000s is when most of us ran. I think it's based off of the campaign, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm feeling like maybe a lot of these fantasies are similar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, George R. Martin's, that superhero series he does.
Yeah. He talks about how that
Wild Cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all campaign shit. That's all the role-playing games played superheroes, and they wrote their own backstory for the world. But some of it is horrifically bad. Wild Cards has some like good stories, but some of it's very, very, very fucking bad. There's a pimp named Fortunato. He trains his hoes to be perfect geishas.
A pimp named Fortunato?
Yeah, he's a black pimp named Fortunato, and his hoes are like the perfect geishas, and he actually cares for his hoes.
Alright, now I know this is delicious.
Yeah, it might even be by a black guy, but I doubt it. But then, like, he gains powers from empathy with his hoes.
I treat you.
Yeah, it's that bad. I'm not getting Wild Cards. Like, some of the stories are very fucking good. Those two stories in Dream Songs, the two Wild Card stories that George R. R. Martin wrote, amazing.
Oh yeah.
But I bought several of the Wild Card books. Very hit.
Dude, where the fuck am I? I went up the waterfall. Dude, am I in the airship?
Oh, you're in deep root depths.
I must be. So I'm immediately fighting a beast.
You killed the gargoyles and then ran towards the coffin down the waterfall.
Yeah.
You're in deep root depths. It's a weird reach. There's more things to explore than
In this region.
yeah, there's
I definitely missed some stuff where I just was. This is like a party.
deep root depths is part of it. That's the thing, like, probably like the highest level content let it out. episode 5.
Staff of the Avatar. That's cool. Fatty staff. Oh, you get the Earth Tree Slam.
Big butt slam.
Stupid daylight savings bullshit.
I know, right? It's 6:30.
I know, that's retarded.
The sun's not out. Dude, it's crazy how much snow we've gotten this week.
I know. I thought, like, with that little bit of warm spout last.
I really thought I was
like,
preparing
"Bring us
to go
here,
back
baby."
out on the lawns. I was talking to my buddy, and it's like, yeah, let's get started soon.
Now it's like, alright, bro, once winter's over.
Now it's just like, God, I guess there'll be snow on the ground. There's probably going to be one more snow. It's probably going to be the end of the month till spring.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fucking cold. This is a cold winter, bro.
What's that?
This is a cold winter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we had some cold nights.
I think most of it was fucking under fucking 20 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, we got some snow, some bad snow. Thankfully, no, like, crazy power outages. But, the cold was fucking intense.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember at the beginning of this winter too, there were a lot of fucking faggot posts on Facebook like, no snow. This is it's 50 degrees in late November. This is the craziest weather we've ever experienced. Global warming. It's like, I believe in global warming, but that's not how it works. You can't just point to any, like, localized experience and be like, this is an example of global warming.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as some, like, Republican senator seeing snow in April and being like, global warming, am I right, guys?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not something you can see either way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna notice a 1 degree temperature change.
No.
A 1 degree temperature change right now would make it from 18 degrees to 19 degrees. Who gives a shit?
Dude, and there was
still cold as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there was like record-breaking colds this year. There was that shit in, like, the Midwest where it was like the lowest temperatures they've ever experienced. It's nuts. I need my bow for this shit.
Oh, and some giant Damn, Volkov's the favorite in the Aspinall fight.
I put my Aspinall. I think he's legit as shit.
Yeah, but it's minus 130 versus minus 1 or plus 110. So he's not really the favorite. It's a split fight. Yeah. I'd put money on Aspinall though too.
Yeah, he's fucking scary.
Honestly though, Patty Pimblett versus Kazula Vargas. Kazula Vargas, that's a total nobody.
Yeah, that's good for Patty.
Except for Patty's at minus 410.
Is he?
Yeah. So that's a bad bet.
Yeah.
Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker is minus 105 versus minus 115.
They're both underdogs. They're both the favorite, I mean? Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's literally just Vegas making their money. I don't know who I go for in that.
That's tough.
It's a featherweight Dan Hooker though too.
Yeah, I really like Arnold Alley. He's really good in all his fights. I mean, I think he's like undefeated, insane win streak. Dude's legit as fuck. Dan Hooker is fucking beast, but he can be beat.
I mean, yeah.
It's hard to see what Arnold Allen's ceiling is, but Dan Hooker's good. Good one to test it.
This is probably a good bet. Krylov versus Paul Craig. Peter Krylov versus Paul Craig.
Damn, that's a good fight.
Paul Craig is plus 150. I think that sounds pretty good though. I think I take Paul Craig in that.
Yeah. Considering what he did to Jamal Hill recently.
I think that was Paul Craig's last fight.
I think so.
I mean, Jamal Hill is now like on a run. He's one of the most popular light heavyweights.
Yeah, good. How many for Jamal Hills?
Too. Someone who fucking flash knock out someone. That's why we will like light heavyweight.
Yeah, I think light heavyweight does have
It does, but dude, that was one of the worst main events I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was like
it wasn't like a wrestle fuck. It wasn't like a guy executing takedowns and that's what he does. It was two guys just not willing to risk getting hit. You're a fucking professional fighter.
Yeah.
Take a hit to give a hit. That's how it works. Dude, these guys are shown. I don't care what anyone says. You are in the entertainment biz. Make it fucking entertaining.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't give a fuck about a chess match. If I wanted to watch a chess match, I'd watch chess. I want to watch two dudes hit each other. If you're not good enough at hitting each other, throw them to the ground and then beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I'm fine with all that. I don't know. It's just, I also am fine with feints and strategic fighting.
No.
I get it.
Also, you remember I wasn't this way about the fucking what's the Strickland Uriah Hall.
Oh yeah,
I like
somebody who's
that
being
fight.
very careful, very strategic.
The Strickland for Manson.
But Strickland just never put himself really in any danger. He did Terry Santos. But Terry Santos.
But at least Strickland was throwing jabs. At least it wasn't guys just moving their hands against each other for 25 minutes. Strickland probably landed more head blows than that entire fight in a single round with his jab.
Yeah.
At least throw fucking something.
Fighting giant insects is scary, right?
Yeah, no, it also 100% made sense. Decromanson after it was like, yeah, I wanted to wrestle him, he never gave me opportunity, yeah. And Strickland was like, yeah, it was a gay fight, I'm sorry guys, I promise it won't be that gay next time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of the problems I have with Izzy's fighter is he only waits for a counter. I think that's the evolution of a UFC fan. Is you go from like liking these heavyweight fights, and you're like the harder the weight, the better. To being like, oh no, wait, actually, lightweight, featherweight, bantamweight. Those are the most entertaining fights to watch.
Yep. It's so true.
It's like if they get a knockout, it means something.
Yeah. And I mean,
yeah, I want to watch guys fucking throw something.
Yeah, you gotta get guys at least throwing.
Yeah.
Dude, this place is absolutely fucked wherever I'm at. There's just mean bugs.
I don't like the Ferguson-Chandler fight.
Ferguson-Chandler?
That should be a loser leaves town.
That's exactly what it is. That's cool. I like that.
They should declare it as such.
Perfect. It should be declared. Loser leaves town. Yeah. It should.
I mean, yeah, if Chandler loses to Ferguson, then it's like,
you gotta go.
You gotta go, dude. You're 3-0, and you're 0-3 in the UFC. they've all been entertaining, but it's like, yeah, dude.
No, he flashed Dan Hooker. He's gonna win.
He beat Dan Hooker?
Yeah.
I thought Chandler only fought Oliveira and then... Oh, no, yeah. He beat Dan Hooker before Oliveira, right?
Yep. Yeah, that was his debut.
So. Yeah, so since his debut fight, he's lost twice. If he's losing if he loses to the ghost of Ferguson.
Yeah. I hope he just dominates. Hopefully he just dominates Ferguson. It just proves that he's top dog, he can bang, his fights are good.
And then Ferguson will retire without getting more head trauma.
Yeah, yes. Tony's one more fight. That would be nice.
But imagine if Tony wins.
If Tony wins, then Chandler looks like a real shit.
Yeah, then Chandler looks
Then
like...
Chandler maybe should leave. He probably won't. And then Tony, it's like...
I mean, if you look at Tony's losses, it's like, okay, he lost to Oliveira. He lost to Gaethje. They're fighting for the belt.
Dude,
Who else they lost?
I really like Tony. Especially in his heyday. Yeah, okay, whatever. Like, it sucks that fighters get washed up. Yeah, you can't enjoy them.
I don't know how much he's washed up or how much he's just fighting the best people in the world.
I don't think he really is that washed up.
The problem is, both Gaethje and Oliveira made him look bad.
Yeah, Gaethje took part of his soul away.
Yeah, and Oliveira picked him up, threw him on the ground, and dominated him in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look for him at all.
Yeah. But Tony's the man.
He is. Tony's badass. Really a badass. There's too many ants here. This is simply not allowed.
Have you gotten to the point where there's bitches riding on the ants?
No. No.
That's to come.
I'm still trying to like decide how to handle this. Just try to right now, but I'm not doing it. Try it. God, I just need my bow. What am I doing out here without my bow? Shot this dumbass. Rock.
How funny is it that Joey bullied Matt into reading First Law?
Is that what they were saying?
Yeah, it was that Joey made Matt read the first law.
That's so great. Yeah, that was awesome. We like mentioned it, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, first law."
Yeah.
Freaking, yeah, I love that shit. We used to read that with Joey. They probably read it right when it first came out. Like, when did the original trilogy come out?
Such cruelty.
I mean, mid-2000s?
Such oh, my poor
First of all, it's not that
sweet
old.
lordling.
It's still kind of a while ago.
Should have died a true
Yeah,
death.
but not for us. We're 30.
As a martyr to destined death.
Like, I first read
But
First Law
must
probably
it yet bring such
years ago?
disgrace? A scion of the golden bough. How could oh,
And at that point, I think, yeah, so it would have probably been like 2005, maybe, the first book came out.
a scion.
I mean, that was only a couple years after 9/11.
Yeah, Joe Abercrombie cultures fast. Is that making fun of me, or do you also judge all time based off?
No,
of
I
9/11?
literally all pastor time just like
It's
Mars.
either pre 9/11 or post 9/11.
Yeah, it's like the death of Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a very distinct cultural touchstone. Dude, pre 9/11, it was like fucking Limp Bizkit. That was the shit.
Oh man.
And then I was at a bar like a week or two ago, and I put something on the jukebox, and I saw Limp Bizkit was advertising a new album. Apparently, Limp Bizkit had an album in 2020. I'm sitting there at the bar, I'm talking to the bartender, I'm just like, I thought they died in 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they went down with the Twin Towers.
Pretty much their relevance did at that point.
Yeah, exactly. There's a very specific time period, the late 90s.
When everyone was like,
early-
yo, the biscuit rules, and then immediately they woke up and they were like, yo.
And then the Twin Towers got bombed, and everyone was like, oh, we gotta put this shit to the side. This is
Yeah, everyone's like,
America.
everyone's like, guys, we're enjoying this too much.
Yeah, everyone lost interest. It's very distinct. There's a cultural shift in America after
Pre and post, Lynn.
Pre and post 9/11. It's completely different America.
I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, that was 90s rules, America. America rules.
I mean, a big part of it is that the internet came out right after 9/11.
Yeah. Basically.
Here's the weird thing, dude, with getting older. I thought it was weird. Like 5-6 years ago, I started noticing cops who were younger than me, and porn stars who were younger than me.
The porn stars is the one that really hurts.
So weird. That's so weird.
So weird.
But now it's like, there are like 20-year-olds who are like, they don't remember 9/11.
All done? Well,
I specifically remember getting sent home from school on 9/11. You and me were in my side yard in that old rotted wood pile while our parents were discussing, like, who the fuck, was this Iran? Was this Iraq? Was it Afghanistan? Like
my understanding that.
They had no idea. And that's gonna be COVID for the next generation. I'm
Yeah, I was
sure
gonna say,
that-
like, but to us, that's like those old senile men who would talk about, like, what it was like to live through Vietnam, World War II, if you ever had heard one of those.
That's the cultural touch then.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had
COVID
9/11. We also had COVID.
Yeah, but I mean,
we had
COVID
it
might have been this whole, like, it might have even been a bigger cultural deal than 9/11.
Oh, it was way, yes. Yes.
But I feel like 9/11
COVID is
a
the
bigger
most defining, like, significant disaster of our lifetimes. 100%. I think there's other things that have been close, obviously all the wars and shit like that. But if you were to remember one thing about, like,
probably 9/11 more than COVID.
I think maybe, yeah. I think maybe just like the time in our lives in which it happened seems so significant. On the grand scale of things, 9/11 was very significant. It's like,
Yeah, and I feel like in the time of our lives, 9/11 was, I don't know, COVID, like, I mean, it's so fucking, like, it does seem like a hoax at the end of it all. Do you know anyone other than Matt's dad who died of COVID?
Yeah, a couple people.
By name?
By name?
Yeah.
Not like, I guess just like, like relatives, friends, relatives mostly.
What relative?
Well, all right. Let me think. There was definitely some people. Not many people that I really cared about. Who really died?
The only person I cared about who I knew died of COVID was Matt's dad. And that was because I knew him since I was like 10.
Yes.
And he was one of my good friends' fathers that hurt him.
Yes. I'm trying to think of who else. There were some people, dude. There were some people.
And would they have died if there wasn't COVID, though?
Probably.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really know how much of a cultural touchstone it is.
Dude, it's a real crazy pandemic.
I don't think it was that real of a crazy pandemic.
Shut down the whole world from...
Yes, I think those things are...
You don't think that's crazy?
Yes, the shut down the whole world. Yes, no, of course.
Dude, no, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm fine with the way it turned out now. Like, it's fun.
I collected unemployment and made more money than I ever made in my life off it.
Yeah, I'd like for it to just keep being like this. Like, it's fine. I don't care. But it's definitely like a significant event.
Yeah, maybe until they're like, there's war in Ukraine and everyone forgets about COVID.
They will.
For
sure, they will.
There's war in Ukraine. I remember all the stories before this war in Ukraine thing were about COVID spiking, and maybe we have to go back into lockdowns. And then there's another story in the media, and it's completely forgotten. So I'm not sure
that's
how
exactly
much...
how Black Lives Matter was, and all the...
Well, no, Black Lives Matter, yeah, that was completely, like, them saying, yeah, that was what completely disproved the lockdowns, was when, like, in the middle of the pandemic, everyone was locked in their house, everyone was sitting down, and then it was just like, oh, there are 1 million people protesting. None of them are wearing masks. But, and then the government is just like, oh no, this is okay, but going to the bar is not. And everyone was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. And like you said, it's true. It will be on to the next thing. Like Ukraine. And that's fine too. I hope...
I don't think Ukraine is a big deal either.
No, it's not. It's just the next, like, propaganda thing, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy how much propaganda there is.
Dude, I just want to live I feel
Yeah,
like our
100%.
generation has been really shit on.
No. What needs to happen is the entire housing market crashes, and then our generation is finally in a position to take advantage of these fucked up years, because we're finally old enough to have enough money in the bank to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy a house when I can get a house for $50,000.
Yeah. If houses are popping out for 50 grand, like what they're actually worth, and like just become readily available, and anyone who comes around has 50 grand just can buy them.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, but instead, what's
that's the
happening
glory
is
days.
that houses, since the pandemic, houses exploded in price.
Yep. It's such a house.
So like, we don't own property, but our parents, their net worth like tripled.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Not only
In the
did they
last
get
2
it for like nothing back in the day, they also
Yeah, so
now it's
they
worth
bought
more
it
than
for
anything.
50, 60 grand 30 years ago, and now it's worth $400,000.
Yep. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, why is it 7 a.m.? This is retarded. I'm going to fucking sleep. I'm also gonna take a shit. But
There'll come a time, dude,
I'll be on it.
where America starts to fall.
Dude, we will be ready, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We just need to reap some rewards, dude.
Yeah, the problem is during the first economic collapse, we had no money. During the COVID economic collapse, we had no money. And, hopefully next time we'll have like 40, 50 grand in the bank and be able to invest in something and turn it into riches.
Yep, that's what we're looking for.
What a fucking shitty life.
What a shit life, dude. Let's just keep dreaming.
Yep, night, bro.
Good night.